Time now for Futures in Focus. Oil erasing its earlier drop ahead of inventory data. In other words, it's getting higher. Joining us from the CME to discuss is Ira Epstein, Senior Market Analyst at the Ira Epstein division of Linn and Associates. So Ira, can we anticipate that this little bounce should hold? We do get inventories in just a few minutes.
What we're looking for is where does the market get some traction? The market has been falling now as the failure of OPEC to prop up prices has taken the market by surprise. Gasoline prices going into July 4th are lower than at the beginning of the year. I don't recall that ever occurring. So these supplies are still large, but we still are in a demand period, and I would look for the market to gain traction in the $42 to $44 range and look for a bounce in the market, maybe back up into the high 40s here. Not bullish, looking for a bounce.
What would drive it, though, Ira? If we haven't seen sort of post-Memorial Day bounce in prices, then why should it happen post-July 4th?
Maybe it's just delayed for the demand cycle. That could be part of it. So I look at that and say to myself, okay, all the bear news is coming into the market. We don't see any inventory draws of meaning. We need to get them. If we get them, you'll get your summer bounce. But then after that, we look at a terrible fall and winter demand. So I'm looking at the markets down the road, just trying to find a trading bottom, coming back up, and then you sell into that again. In other words, I don't see a real change in the overall building supply just yet, and this is demand peak cycle. Watch out come the end of the summer.
Ira, what's the chatter down at the CME group about this cyber attack and whether it's impacting at all the price of oil or the ability for oil to travel from one place to another?
We certainly saw that yesterday because the transport companies got hit. Maersk got hit. Then we saw the Rosneft that first said that they were impacted. Then they said later in the day that their production wasn't. And that's down the road because stuff that's on the seas already is coming to us. But it is important, but they'll find back doors to this as they did last time. Try to buy a Bitcoin. Go out and try to buy one as they want one. Have you ever tried to buy one? It's not an easy process. You can't do it right away. So as nice as they want to take in the money, I understand only about 10,000's been taken in so far. These cyber attacks are going to happen more frequently until they're able to really figure out a way to not have a back door. That will be the problem for the markets.